Hey friends, Mark Holmes here with our first question and answer. Unfortunately, me and Joe Boo are not that tech savvy, so we have a little bit of a problem getting started uh, with the camera feed on here. And I'd like to actually see if I can get to the stream so I'll be able to see your guys' questions. And so my stream is offline. Streaming now. Okay. Right now, I can see myself in there streaming. And at the moment, I don't see anybody in the chat. Well, anyway, this is my first live streaming event, and we're going to try and see how well this goes. And hopefully we will go to start streaming. Start your encoder status bar. I don't know if I'm actually talking or not. Forgive me if I'm on air right now because this is my first time streaming and I'm not sure that everything's together. We got the new web camera and we're working on that. So hopefully it is up and working good. I can't really tell if it is or isn't. So I was going to talk about the Vikings offense and I'm looking for the chats here and at streaming information. So forgive me and bear with me here for a second because I'm old. Okay. And it's strange. Set up a coding software, beta, offline. Okay. Let me check over here and see if it's actually on the YouTube channel. Because that'll let me know if it's up and running. It is. Okay, so my wonderful daughter, who's been helping me get this thing set up and working, has said that this is actually up and running. Now, I don't know if I have anybody in checking in at the moment, but the Dallas Cowboys have made it to Minnesota, and we are hopefully going to get another victory. And I got to tell you that in looking at the Minnesota Vikings offense, if you want to call it offense, I'd say they're pretty much just offensive because they do not play very well at all. I mean, they are literally the worst defense in the NFL. And when I say they're the worst defense in the NFL, I mean they're 32nd. I mean, even the Dude Browns are better than the Minnesota Vikings. I mean, if you look at some of their numbers, they are pretty pathetic. When I talk about pathetic, they're 294 yards per game. And, oh, we got 55 people watching. Okay, good. Glad to see that. Forgive me again. This is the first time I've ever done any live streaming, so I'm just getting the hang of it. And when you're old like me, you're not used to all the new technology. But anyway, back to the Minnesota Vikings offense. They are pathetic, okay? They are literally 4.8 yards per play, which is the worst in the NFL. They're averaging 19.8 yards a game, which is pretty suspect, and 294 yards a game total in yardage. So when you look at that offense, if you want to call it an offense, it's just not good at all. If you guys have some questions for me, hopefully I'll get them up here on the chat and I can be sure to answer those. So, of course, the Dallas Cowboys having their offense the way they are, they should be able to just manhandle the Minnesota Vikings defense because they're not really good against the run. You know, they're averaging, giving up about 100 yards per game, 14th in the NFL. And their passing defense, they're 4th. Now, part of that number may be skewed because most teams are pretty much ahead of them in most of these games, and they're more of a dogfight game. So when you're ahead, you're going to run the ball more than you're going to pass because you don't need to worry about Minnesota catching up with you because they pretty much stink. So that's the first thing I would say about that offense. Like I said, they're just not very good at all. How the Cowboys beat them, I think you pretty much just use the same formula that you always use, which is run the damn ball, set up the play action pass, keep Dak just rolling out and hitting Cole Beasley or Des Bryant or whoever, you know, the single coverage is going to be. Now, again, I'm not used to doing this quite live, so bear with me. And let's see if we've got some comments coming in yet on the chat. Let me say something. Hello, everybody. If you have some questions, please hit me up on them. All right, so back to the haters out there. A lot of people wonder why I always end up watching First Take. And I guess I'd have to say that that is my guilty pleasure because I just enjoy seeing Stephen A. Smith be wrong as much as he is. I was fortunate enough to last year actually meet him at a race symposium at the Super Bowl last year. He's actually a nice guy, very opinionated. He has his thing about Dallas Cowboy fans, but I like to think of myself as the anti-Stephen A. Smith, the opposite, polar opposite, being the Cowboy fan that I am. What I'm going to probably do, I'm already going to be at the Super Bowl, regardless if the Cowboys are there or not, and I pray that for once I'll see my Cowboys at the Super Bowl. I'm going to make sure that I get up early because you literally have to get up early. The taping of the show is it's done live at 10 in the morning, but you literally have to be in line about 4 o'clock in the morning to go through security and to get on the show. I was on there once in Arizona, and I'm going to make sure that me and Joe Boo are there for him this year. So it's going to be interesting to see how that goes. So right now we have no messages. So far it's been interesting to say the least. So talking, my wife says that I can pretty much talk to a brick wall. So I guess I am kind of talking to a brick wall with this first video here. So what's kind of interesting today was Bart Scott. Now, you got to realize, with the Dallas Cowboys being the team that they are, that everybody is going to comment about the Cowboys, because whether you like the Cowboys or hate the Cowboys, if you say something against them, you're going to get pumped. And that's exactly how Stephen A. Smith has made a living, is by literally talking bad about the Cowboys. Because if you love the Cowboys, you're going to talk about them. You want to hear what they have to say that's good about them. If you hate the Cowboys, you say something bad about them, you're going to tune in to hear that. So a lot of people have made a living just by talking bad about the Cowboys. So here it is, Bart Scott on CBS today. He was sitting there talking about the Dallas Cowboys, and he says that they're not the best team in the NFC, that the Washington Redskins are the better team. Evidently, he didn't watch the game 3 days ago, because now the Cowboys have now beat them twice. But he had actually said that the Washington Redskins have a good running game. Now, I do believe that Fat Rob, with his fat mouth, had opened it up and said that the Cowgirls nobody likes. And Fat Rob got all of 37 yards. I mean, 37 yards rushing. So that's not real good. The interesting thing about this whole conversation is he thinks that their defense is far superior than the Dallas Cowboys defense. Yeah. You might want to check that concussion protocol on him, because clearly brothers elevators aren't going to all the floors, because that's far and away wrong. All right, let's see. Don't know if we are there so far. Are we on live? Okay. All right. See if we have any questions coming up. Josh Norman, first thing. Okay. All right. This has been a little bit of a test run here, and I don't know if we're out there live or not, because I'm not getting any comments. So forgive me. I don't know if I should be just running my mouth, or if I should stop and start over and see if we are still on or not. I think that's what I'm going to do. Give me 5 minutes to double check and make sure that we are actually broadcasting on here, and then I will be right back. Hello? Okay, I'm actually trying to live stream right now. I'll call you back later. All right? Okay, bye.